everybody, welcome back to James Plays Little Hope. Last time, the game exploded, but we are hopefully all better now. Aside from that, we checked out a grocery store, and it was kind of neat to see what things cost back then. Checked out a police station. That was not as exciting for me. Got transported back to the past a couple of times. Sometimes people can see us, sometimes they can hear us, sometimes it's just not at all. Like, we're just kind of like, we don't exist, and we're just watching things unfold. I get the feeling that anytime I try to intervene, I'm making things worse, but to what end? Who knows? We are now all back together. Gang's all here. And we are continuing on down the road. The only road that I have ever known. And we'll see what happens there. Kind of check out these little offshoots where we can. Daniel's with us. One thing that I'm having a problem with when it comes to the camera here is in the previous games, you were directing the light, and the camera would kind of shift with the light. But now it's almost like the light is playing catch-up with the camera. We know that badge. And that is... Is that the bus driver? Yeah, okay. That's a good thing. It's good for him to get arrested. If you say so. Couple other things to note here when it comes to... I'd mentioned that the game had an update. You may notice that characters move a little bit faster now. That was in the patch notes. The game also now has difficulty settings on top of accessibility options. So when you start a new game, you choose between, I guess, like easy, medium, and hard. And I had no real reference for what exactly we were playing before. So I went with medium, because that seemed about right. I have noticed a couple of differences in how things have operated. Some of the QuickTime events actually feel a little bit faster. There was one of those keep calm moments, like the very first one, the tutorial back in the 70s, where it had me just pushing the X button instead of going from X to triangle. And those sections with aiming, like with the dart section or throwing a rock, instead of me moving my cursor into a target, I'm moving a cursor and it shrinks and turns red and my controller vibrates when I'm in the area that it wants me to aim to. So there's no target thing for me to move into. So, yeah, if you notice little things that seem different, blame it on the patch. So, Tilly Johnson... promising young author who died tragically after writing her first novel. This is now... okay. The 1800s. It's a T name. Is this gonna be the face we think it's gonna be?
Taylor, you need to see this. You've got to be kidding me. What is that thing?
You ever have any family here?
In this shithole? No way. Why does that weird fucking thing look like me?
I mean, it's a bit of a reach. I wouldn't say that it looks like you, because I don't have that kind of ability to tell if statues look like people. Like, how am I supposed to say, like, oh, that absolutely looks like her? I guess because of the T name. It's probably the same character model, but I'm just saying. Anyway, apparently nobody likes Tilly Johnson, because they said, to hell with that memorial. This is a dead town anyway. Hail rock and roll, baby. Dulce Periculum, Father of Fire, Jeweled Curse. Those are all dumb names for rock bands, but pretty good names for naming things in a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Anyway, does that look like Daniel?
Daniel,
Yes, it does.
you need to see this.
What's going on?
Another coincidence. This guy looks just like you. Recognize him?
No. And I've never been in a band either.
Only barbershop quartets for my man. So we are seeing a little bit more, like, the big question for me was, why is it only, like, we've seen colonial times and the 70s and then now for people looking like other people? There was that one photo from, like, 1917. Now we're getting more things, like 1800s. That's got to be 60s or 70s. So we're seeing a little bit more spread, but there's still, like, a deep-rooted connection going back to the late 1600s for some reason. That's where we're getting
the fog was the reason for the diversion. We were
ghosts
never meant to make it out of here.
And the time travel. Don't see anything else.
I can't see for shit. Jesus!
You really couldn't see that?
Water looks black. I don't want to go anywhere near it.
Okay. Who's first up?
Professor, you keep telling us you're in charge, so...
Oh. Don't bait me like that. Is it just for navigating the broken bridge? And things will probably crumble? You know what? We'll go for it, yeah.
Okay. Sure thing.
Is it safe to cross?
Don't stress.
No, it's not.
Professor and me will make sure you get across, no problem.
Right, we'll get you over for sure.
That is one bendy-ass shoe. That was... no. That was dumb of you.
Hey!
My God. What do we do?
We can't stay here.
I'm waiting for quick time actions. Hey, birdie. Hi. Waiting for the jump. As we... there it is. Now's not a great
In
time.
this year of our Lord 1692, we are here present to bear witness to a just execution.
No!
Amy is declared guilty of consorting with the devil, and is to be drowned as a witch and sorceress. Let us pray in silence for her soul.
I've done no wrong. I am no witch. I do not deserve death. I beg you.
I don't know how to help you. Tell me what I can do.
Please, sir. You must help me. You must.
So is it only like the...
The devil is in the wind, seeking to help his own. He would release her from the chains. Isaac, let us conclude our business.
I don't even know,
swiftly.
not
The
descendants,
will
but
of the
those
court
that
must
look
be
like
enforced
us
before it's too late. The devil
can see
fortifies
us.
her. You must bind her tightly.
You cannot do this.
Isaac,
I am innocent.
fulfill the will of the
Help
court.
me.
Send this witch back into the lap of her master, lest he come for us all.
Little Hope is already lost, shrouded in evil. But not as you claim from witchcraft or outside demons. We are poisoned from within.
You will not save yourself with riddles.
There is no riddle. The devil takes many forms. You know that better than any. In Little Hope, he has hid himself under a shroud of innocence, taken the form of a child, my accuser. While Mary still draws breath, Little Hope remains beyond salvation. There lies your evil reference in your very midst.
Isaac.
So, wrapped in chains, thrown in the water, that would coincide with our little monster person. But this isn't how they executed witches in colonial America. It was pretty much exclusively hangings. There were, you know, implements of torture which resulted in death. There were burnings at the stakes. There were, you know, the things like we talked about, swimming the witch and whatnot. That was
What did you see? Tell
at
me.
other points in time in
I
Europe.
don't know how to tell you what I just saw.
Your double was pushed into the river in chains. She drowned.
Here, she'll tell you more about it right now. But yeah, colonial America, when there were the witch trials going on and executions, it was almost exclusively done by hanging, from what I gathered. And not in the fun kind of hanging
All right,
where
I'll go
you
first.
drop somebody and their neck snaps. Fun's not the right word, but
Okay, you two, get on
it
down
was
here.
explicitly more cruel than that. They were swung, they were put on a ladder, noose wrapped around the tree, kind of tight and everything like that, and then they were like pushed off the ladder to swing and be strangled to death. So it wasn't a quick death because people just needed to be assholes in every aspect. Okay, so things are happening.
Thing.
Get away from it! Run!
I won't. I remember the pictures.
Give me a hand here!
Hold on, hold on.
We're helping.
I'm coming back for you, John. Hold on.
We're going with the pictures.
Reach up and grab my hand. Jump up and grab onto me.
Yeah, yeah. No, not doing it yourself, you stupid
Okay,
idiot.
I trust you.
Oh, quick times.
You're almost up. Angela!
We're gonna win so many brownie points with Angela. Yeah, so that thing was coming for her. Didn't give a crap about it. Yeah, John's fine. John ran away like he always does. By the way, that bearing update icon, I think, is a bug from the patch.
Phew, that was really quite close.
That
for
it's
Angela.
trying to
She was
pull up
almost
the image
lost
that it
to a
normally
fate
does,
worse
but it's
than
just,
death.
it's a red X because it's image not
Is
found.
anything particularly wrong with death? Well done. Not a soul lost so far. Things could have been quite different. Given the way in which the stakes have been elevated, some kind of weapon might be useful about now. Don't you think? You
The
really
gun.
should have explored more thoroughly, you know.
Oh, you
Too late
damn.
now. The boys have some interesting theories. Could they, as
The
Andrew
gun?
suggested, be the
I probably missed it in that
reincarnated
keep calm
souls of their
section.
historical counterparts? Maybe you're choosing to believe Daniel's theory that they're already dead.
Neither
My
of those.
dream was lengthened after life. Oh, then began the tempest to my soul. I passed, methought, the melancholy flood with that sour ferryman,
Bear-
which poets write of, unto the kingdom of perpetual night. It's possible, I suppose. Maybe the bus driver can shed some light. This must be very confusing for you right now.
It is. It is.
Doppelgangers, witches, ghosts, death, and demons. What could possibly tie all of these souls together? I dare say we'll find out. I have been granted permission to give you a single hint. Tempted?
Look, guys, I'm doing this for you.
You're going it alone. Brave. Independent. Possibly foolish.
Yes, but I have the internet to impress.
Go on then. As terrifying as it might be, you should get back to it.
All right. Next time we'll be playing as Angela, I guess, and things are finally starting to ramp up. Our relationship with Andrew is pretty bad. You'd think that saving your life would mean something to you, Angela, but I guess not. No, you don't even want to look at me, Angela. Angela. No. Come on. Andrew saved your life. She's... okay. So we've got ourselves a little bit of a wrap-up that we'll do at that point. I think the things with the curator are good chapter breaks, so to speak. So we'll cover whatever we might have missed along the way, or things that we might not have noticed first time around. And yeah. So have fun with that. Hopefully future James will have lots of neat stuff to show you. And present James wants you to know that he loves you, and he's going to give you a little kiss now. Mwah. Little kiss right on the forehead. Right on the... I don't know what... I was going to try to make some kind of sexual joke there, but I felt like it was too obvious. The kiss on the... Anyway, I will see you next time. Love ya. Mwah. Bye-bye. So yeah, messing up that Keep Calm segment prevented us from checking out the shed, where we would have found another book about magic, including a section about the symbolism of the sun and moon. And on top of that, this is also where you find that dang gun I was on the lookout for. Figures. We can also inspect this tree, since we're not running away this time.
What kind of place is this?
It appears that's the only thing I missed out on in this section of the game, so let's take a moment to talk about locked traits. When you make decisions in these games, those choices can alter what kind of personality traits a character has and how prominent they might be. This can result in some subtle changes in dialogue, or have more impactful changes on how the story plays out. At the start there, I noticed that Taylor had a couple traits with a lock next to them, and I didn't quite understand what this meant. My assumption was that I could potentially unlock them to apply those traits to the character, but what's actually going on is that those traits are already applied to the character and locked in place. Each character starts with one locked trait already, and over the course of the game, more locked traits can be added depending on the choices you make. For example, Taylor gained the aggressive trait when we made the choice that ended up giving her the marks on her neck.
Sounds like you could use a drink.
John can get the reckless trait if he has the drink from Vince.
Clear head.
It's right there if you change your mind. I could definitely use one.
You shouldn't be drinking right now. I don't think it's a good idea.
This kid,
Andrew
Mary,
can get the anxious trait
Did
if
she
he
wanna
thinks
hurt you?
Mary meant to hurt him.
She could have been malicious, I guess.
In case you can't tell, these are
That girl
bad
do something to
things,
you?
which we'll wait a little
all
bit
keep
longer
an
to
eye
talk
on
more
Andrew.
about. For now,
Okay.
just know that it's kind
going
of a
away
sucky
now.
addition to this game, especially since it's
Seems
not
our
really
only
made
option
clear
is
what
to
it's all
lure him to
about
town.
and
You're
what to
kidding
do
me.
about it.
Got a better idea? Thought not.